that far. I can't see through 2 feet in front of me. And the bad, yeah, I'll click on some bad ones. Is Mo out there? Mo, can we get some waters?
Parched on the set.
Already.
We get some stimulants.
Some stems.
I got some good ECAs for you.
Make these shoulders look old. Man, we had a side note. I know we're live already, but man, remember you talked about mindset in the head? I came in this morning like a wrecking ball, like my favorite girl singer. Did some nice squats this morning. Warm up was in 2 minutes, ready to go. So how about you guys? Did you guys both work out today?
I didn't work out this morning. I went to wake up Peter at like 5:30 to go with him this morning. Kind of turned over and I said like, hey, let's go get up. He's got a game today, so I was like, all right. I was like, just get some rest, So I go back to bed. He must not have heard me, and then he complained to Shree's like, Dad didn't get me up. And she's got the cameras, so she shows him the cameras of me going to his door and opening his door. Obviously, I was all ready to go. So tomorrow I will, but I'll work out after this. It's shoulder day for me.
What about you?
I had not worked out yet today. I was up at 4. I got in the hot tub. I trained a client. Then I got on the road and came up here to work, and it was a complete waste of time. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go over to Mike's house and make it something that isn't a waste of time. So we went, we did a live. We had a great conversation, but I'll work out tonight when I get home.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Clark, you've worked out enough in your life. So I think missing one workout in the morning, you're okay.
We'll make up for it, though. We'll get there tonight. And then I got football tomorrow, so I'm going to go out there and run around. So I'm going to do a lot of mobility stuff tonight so I can be active tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Got to do the move. That
What
was
about
one thing.
skipping?
I haven't ran too much here or there. I get tested, and when I was down there in California, I got tested when my luggage just went out the back of an Uber, a black car Uber, in the middle of the highway, and had to go chase him down.
All of his luggage.
For real.
Oh,
For real.
Yeah, on the highway.
Yeah.
How?
I left Mike's
in.
house. This black car Uber was an SUV. He didn't want to put down his third seat row. If he would have did that, this wouldn't have been a problem. He did close the back of it, but it must have just been like barely latched. We got on the highway. We drove about 10 minutes, and he's gassing it, and it just like a shock, right? Like the cabin pressure just, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? She's like, and this guy just keeps driving. And she's like, stop the car. And like, the lane where you get off on like on an exit and they have like the little white lines in between and then the highway, that's where he stopped. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm just trying to think real quick, like, what the hell do I do? I asked her, literally, what should I do? She's like, jump out and go get the bags. I'm like, why ain't trying to get hit? So let me look at this. And I was like, I seen the shoulder. It's probably about maybe a football field and a half away. And I just sprinting like all these cars are swerving, trying not to hit the bag. It's a huge suitcase. All my stuff's in it, of course. It's just my bag. So at that point, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get this damn bag. So I literally run and like finally like traffic like stopped and I couldn't believe it. I ran, got the bag, and then came back. But it was definitely a little tale for my California travels. It was kind of crazy. It never happened to me before, but first time for everything, I guess.
At least it didn't pop open and fly everywhere.
Thank God. Thank God. And like I said, thank God I can still run.
And good, it's LA, because I would say they probably just thought he was a protester on the highway.
Absolutely.
That goes into play. So back to my question is, you guys on skipping workouts, you can skip a couple during the week, no problem. How do you guys deal with schedule, missed workouts, travel? How do you guys deal with those kind of situations?
I'll try to make up with it in one way, shape, or form. So like if I didn't work out that day, then in the morning I'll do like at least 100 push-ups before I get ready. I'll do 50 increments, just do 2 of them, knock it out. But then I'll get home and I'll do something like that or do some core exercises. I've got the home gym, so it's like I can do a little bit in there. It's not the intensity that I would do when I go train in a gym or even in my center here. But at that point, at least I know I got something done, right? I've accomplished something, whether it's even just shoulder exercise to build my shoulder. A little bit goes a long way. Or at that point, I'll focus on super recovery. Like, you know, if I didn't work out that day, you know, then I'll just focus on super recovery, eating clean, being able to, you know, go back the next day and really hit it hard.
What about you? How do you deal with that?
I don't, you know, I'm in it for the long haul. So many people ask me, what's your split? You know, and I don't have a split. I don't have a workout routine necessarily, because my mindset now with where I'm at regarding what I want to accomplish with my body and what I do, it's not about looking good for anything anymore. I realize I'm in this for the long haul. I'm going to do this till the day I die. And with that being said, if I miss a day, I don't freak out, because if I start freaking out, then that messes my head up. Like, oh, you get all stressed. I know I'm going to do it again tomorrow. And I know that it's all going to come out in the end, right? You know, the biceps are going to get hit, the back, all of it's going to get hit.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's more of an athletic thing now than it's ever been. I just want to remain athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is the fun part. That's the stuff that I really want to start focusing on more than just this.
Yep.
So, but that probably didn't answer Mike's question.
Yeah, you both didn't answer my question. Thank you.
I said I don't freak out.
I mean,
I miss a day.
I told you what I do. I'll try to hit it some way, other shape or form. Or like I said, I'll get geared up for the next day. Like that's just what it is. I'm kind of like where Clark's at, where it's like, I'm not going to freak out about it because I got so many other stresses, right? Why do I need another stress? I'm not getting on stage. I don't got a shoot coming up or anything like that. Now, do I like to look good or even feel full and solid? Absolutely. And you get their workouts. If you go, let's say, a week without working out, every guy will tell you that's been training for a long time, but man, I feel like I've lost weight or I've lost size or whatever it is. It's just a mental thing that you got to kind of get over and be like, listen, you didn't lose anything. You're going to go back in there. You're going to be able to do it. It's not a problem. For somebody that's not been doing it for a long time, they might have bigger an issue with it, or they might stall their goals or what they're trying to achieve. Like if they're not on track and doing what they need to do. But I think if you already hit like where you want to hit and you're optimal and you're looking good, and either if you take your shirt off, you're ready to go, pump the biceps, whatever it is.
Take your
And
shirt
at that
off.
point, then you're good to go. See, like if you can lift your shirt, you're like, all right, lift your shirt up, let's go. Do your body, take off your shirt, like no problem. I got you. Whenever you want, wherever you want, not a problem. So I think there, you're like, that's solid, right? Like, hey, not many guys can do that. And nowadays, I would say 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 can't even do that. And maybe you might get the 30% that can do that, but I think it's down to maybe like 15% that can do that. And having abs, I mean, full abs, what they say, 2 to 10% of the whole United States has abs. There might be like 1 or 2 on some people where it's a higher percentage, but it's a very low percentage of people that have abs. If you have abs, you must be doing something right? I know there's skinny guys out there, but that doesn't necessarily mean they have abs. I've seen some skinny guys without abs because abs are muscle and they never work out. They're just skinny. It just is what it is. Girls the exact same way. They have a flat tummy, but they don't have no abs.
Thanks, kid.
I saw a guy the other day, one of the big influencers, talking about bicep vein. He said if a guy walks into a room with a bicep vein, it's like pulling up in a McLaren.
Yep.
Same kind of thing. It's.
Yep.
Did you see that same
Yes,
post?
I did.
I thought that was cool. I kind of like that analogy because how many times do people comment to you about your vein? And you're just like, bro, it's a vein in my bicep.
Yeah.
Been there my whole life.
Right.
You don't think about it, right? As a like a piece of jewelry in a way. It's an accessory that a lot of people don't have.
No, for sure. That's the truth, you know? So, I mean, they said, you know, by 2030, like, a body's going to be worth a value of $1 million, more than Rolexes. So at that point, you know, a healthy body and a physique who knows though? I mean, the way that the medications are going, they're so advanced in where they're going. I mean, people might all be like this in the future. We'll see. Hopefully they will be. I'd like to see a population where we're more like super soldiers than super betas.
So percentage of 18-year-olds and above in the United States with abs is 1 to 2%.
Seems right.
So-
And those kids should all have abs.
18 up.
Oh, 18 up?
Yeah. To 86, like me.
That's crazy.
So
That's crazy. Even more.
it's not a lot. A lot of those people are bulking though. So it's all right.
Yeah.
Another couple percent
bulking
of
their whole life.
bulking correctly.
Do you notice he just flexed on us? I took a drink of this water and he pulled up his
Oh, he does that.
rich guy.
Oh yeah, he'll pop a shot on you. You don't even know.
He
When it's the
flat.
right time, he knows he's getting clipped. He'll hit a shot. He'll just kind of go like this.
Oh,
and go,
dude.
go anyways. How's your day going?
That's right. That's right. Oh man, try to stay
Johnny.
hydrated.
Johnny. Hey, how's Titan Medical this week? And is there any specials and stuff? And then I had a
Good.
question.
Yes, there
for you
is a special
about-
right now. So we're running
Go
a
for it.
special on our glow package and transformation package. Usually they're like $1,000 and $900, and those packages. Our Titan transformation package is awesome because it includes 4 different main peptides that do a lot of work for you. One has AOD, right? So this is going to be lipolysis and lipogenesis, destroying fat and then unstoring the fat that you have stored and be able to use that for energy. That's 1. 2, MOTS-C. They call this exercise in a bottle. Mimics exercise as far as metabolism goes, helps with mitochondria effect. A lot of big winners here, right? So that's 2. Then you talk about tesamorelin, GHRH peptide, one of the best out there. Clinical studies, FDA approved on the commercial product. What does it do? 1, raises growth hormone levels. 2, it's very special because it's one of the only drugs that attacks specific visceral belly fat. Usually when you talk about weight loss, it's all the way around the body, not attacking one specific area, especially visceral belly fat, which is the worst fat you can have on your body. Another one with ipamorelin. Ipamorelin is another GHRH peptide, usually paired with CJC 1295, but paired with tesamorelin, even better combination. This creates more pulse for your pituitary to produce its own natural growth hormone. So think about instead of 1, 2, you're getting double the pulses to hit your pituitary to produce your own natural growth hormone. So what are you getting out of this? 1, you're getting a lot of natural energy. You're hopefully burning a lot more fat as far as your metabolism goes. And then you're talking about raising growth hormone levels. So you're talking about all the anti-aging effects that you would get. When people talk about taking like growth hormone, think of these as a more natural way of growth hormone, stimulate your own pituitary instead of putting exogenous growth hormone inside the body to get that effect. That's a winner right there. So recovery, skin, hair, nails, libido, actually an anti-aging effect. And when you have 2 that are paired up, it's even better. But like I said, tesamorelin out of all those is one of my favorites because it attacks visceral belly fat. So that's important to me because a lot of people out there have visceral belly fat and it's harmful to them. And at that point, there's not many choices because a lot of people are not consistent with their exercise. They're not consistent with their nutrition plan. They're not doing the right things. So they're never going to get to that state of healthiness because they're just packing on more fat in the body.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
You or the?
This is me.
This is you.
So I scroll on TikTok a lot, right? And you see, it seems like every 5th person on TikTok is a peptide expert. And I really get disgusted by it. And I'm wondering how many people, in your professional opinion, are out there giving surface level information. Like a lot of people can spout off basic stuff. It signals you at this, that. But I listen to these guys and it's almost, it's scary to me, the amount of misinformation that is being disseminated among very encourageable people. These young kids want to be jacked and all that. I mean, what would your recommendation to be for someone who's looking into this for the first time and just hearing about peptides? How do they vet out someone good like Titan Medical compared to someone who isn't?
Sure. So you hit it right in the head. There's so many influencers out there spitting all this misinformation, uncredible information. But to the average person, they really don't know. And if they follow that person, word is bond. So they take that word. And at that point, it's a money grab. I mean, that's what a lot of these influencers are doing. I mean, they're creating their own peptide research chemical company and they're selling it. They're getting these bottles from China or India and then shipping them out directly. They're AI or faking testing information and putting it out there like, oh, it's third party tested. Are you kidding me right now? Like, so, I mean, I guess unless you know the industry, you really don't know. And if I was going to give the advice to anybody, and I give this advice to a lot of people because same question pops up. Person comes here, they want to get a peptide therapy. They're like, holy shit, that's $300 or $600. Like, I can get it from this site for like $50, $30. My buddy's getting it for $60, whatever. And I'm like, well, there's a big difference. And then you start explaining to them the difference. When you start getting when you get a peptide from one of these research chemical sites, One, you're not getting any support whatsoever. So you have a question, problem, issue, a reaction of some sort, you don't got no help. The next thing I would say is that basically like on the bottle, it's going to see for research purposes only, non-human use, or the way that they're trying to get around it now to sell to physicians, it says physician use only. Our peptides come from a 503A. It's a real U.S. licensed compounding pharmacy. When you get the bottle and the vial and the bottle it comes in has your prescription on it. It does not say on there for non-human use. Physician. It doesn't say any of that garbage. It says what the product is, the medication, and that's it. So you know what you're getting, right? Essentially, because U.S. licensed pharmacies, real ones, have a stringent testing program that they have to put any drug through. And at that point, it's not just is it sterile? Yeah, it's sterile. But is the product degraded inside the bottle? Can these products work inside the bottle? That's the other question. And I see a lot of misinformation out there about that. People saying copper can't be with GHK, copper's no good with anything else. This is false information. So for anybody out there, just do your due diligence. And at that point, like, go to somebody that's really been doing it. Don't take the shortcut because you're injecting this. One, you might pay the $50. Great. You paid the $50. You start injecting, you get no result whatsoever. I don't know how many people have came to me and said, oh man, like you're saying I should take like MK or something like that. Didn't do anything last time I took it. I go, really? I go, where'd you get it from? It didn't do anything. No stimulation of hunger, no nothing, right? Blood work didn't show nothing. Nope. Where'd you get it? They said some Richard Cummings. That's your problem. You don't even know what was in it. You have no idea. And then you got some of the guys that say, oh, well, I'll test it. Well, great. But that test that you do at home only shows that there might be a little small percentage of that ingredient in the product. It doesn't mean it's 100% or 99% pure. So that's where people are kind of fumbling around. They really don't know. And like I said, a lot of people aren't educated about peptides, and a lot of people are coming into the education about peptides, and you got a lot of these influencers just leading the way in the wrong way, right? Like before, I would say because peptides have been around since I've started the business. Semarone was the most prescribed GHRH peptide. There was no testosterone on the market we seen or CJC at that time, and testosterone was the old dinosaur, still is. It works for a little bit of the time, and then it loses its wow factor after about 6 weeks after you start taking it, blood testing wise and how you feel, right? So, at that point, they need to really get it from a U.S. licensed pharmacy, a real U.S. licensed pharmacy, not some place that says, we're out of an FDA outsourcing facility. Like, no, you're not. It's not an FDA outsourcing facility. So at that point, there's a lot of lies going on. And this is all getting put around in Washington right now. Like, peptides have been a big thing for, and Mike knows, probably like the last year and a half to 2 years. First, before the current administration was in, they pulled peptides. They said all peptides are banned, and all peptides are going to cause terminal death or could possibly cause it, and we don't have enough research on it. That was untrue. And at that point, when this administration came in and Kennedy came in, he's a big believer in preventative medicine, proactively, being about your health, whether it's hormone replacement therapy or peptides, even weight loss to a certain degree. So at that point, there's a lot of discussion in Washington what they're going to do. And since this discussion has been going on, they're going to regulate in some way, shape, or form. And you better believe that these research chemical sites, there's been big ones that have already been shut down in the last 6 months or so, and they're coming for the rest of them. Because think about this. If I'm able, let's say the three of us are like, you know what, we're going to create the best research chemical site there is, and we're going to offer everything. If you're offering GLP-1s to people where they can go on, buy the medication, get it shipped to them without seeing any medical provider, without doing any medical history, right? And you're just going to give this to somebody, that in itself is illegal, right? Like, that should be like the worst thing possible. I go for Clark's situation, right? And Clark's been through it, or somebody that maybe had past cancer. If we're immediately going to just let them buy growth releasing hormone peptides from a website without doing any medical background or provider looking at this, that's negligence, man. And that's doing the wrong thing. It's a money grab because you really don't care about that person's health. It's dollars coming in and you sending bottles out. So that's the big thing. I think that people really need to be aware of, that a medical provider is going to look at some of these different things and make sure it's going to be safe for you to take. They're all safe to take, but at that point, there might be something in somebody's medical background that it might not be the best fit for them, and there might be other options for them on the table.
Yeah, it's such a confusing landscape out there. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine on the way up. He's like, dude, I can get this peptide for $4. And I said, bro, what are you thinking? Why would you even put that into your body? So I got a question here from B More. He says, what kind of peptides would you recommend for someone in their 50s who's initiating this journey of peptides usage?
Yeah. So one peptide that I would really look at, it would be, like I said, testosterone would be one. As long as you haven't had cancer in the background, that's gonna be a great one because as we age, all those hormones start declining, start become on the lower end of things, and that's where we start deteriorating down. And growth hormone is one of the big ones that plays. So IGF-1 levels coming down, like that's not good for the body as far as you want to keep it up and running optimal and not degrading in any way, shape, or form. So that would be one I would look in right off the bat. You know, depending on what you told me otherwise, like you said, hey John, like, you know, I've had some injuries, I've got some chronic pain. This is where I would talk about our Titan Wolverine stack with TB500, BPC
My
157, or even our recovery stack that has KPV in it, which is also great with taking away inflammation, all these different things. So that would be one I would really pair up with anybody because it's great for recovery, even if you don't have any injuries. It's great proactively for the joints, the soft tissue areas, you know, stomach issues or digestion too, as well with BPC. There's a lot of upside with taking those healing peptides. So, you know, that's to be my second one I would do. Third, if I had to say, you know, peptide wise, you know, it really does depend on the person. You know, when I start thinking of different peptides, I could think of a million of different ways of situations. If somebody said, well, what if I had like Alzheimer's dementia in my background, my health background? What could I take to possibly, you know, combat this or push us away? Then I would really talk about like looking at NAD. This is going to be a good one. I would look at SS31, which has been approved by the FDA in a commercial form. So it has all the clinical data and background for mitochondrial health. And that's where we're really coming to the age of mitochondrial health. I mean, people are really starting to get this information and hopefully we're pushing it out there so they can understand it more. But mitochondria is a big thing in the body. I've been talking about it with Mike for weeks, where I think it's super important for people to realize this because people get tired, mitochondria gets damaged, DNA can get damaged from that point, from oxidative stress, and really combating some of these different things inside the body that are going against us and making it good basically. So those would be like the three I would do right off the bat. Testosterone. So if you really want to pick a stack or Titan transformation stack that had AOD, MOTS-C, testosterone, hyperolin, that would be another one. That'd be another one where I would say, listen, you're getting 4 different peptides in one injection. A lot of people don't like to do multiple injections or they can't stay consistent with it. So, you know, if you can do some of these blends and that lines up the best, then that would probably be the best bet.
Yeah, I know I'm probably going to get this wrong, but yesterday I was listening to a pretty reputable guy talk about a new thing that's out, ECC 333 or something like that. Does that ring a bell of some sort of? I know it's wrong, but it has 3 digits and like 3 letters.
SLU.
Oh, Sloop 332?
Luke 332.
So that's
Yeah.
another one that we have, right? And that's
Okay.
so I would do Sleep 332. You know, that's another mitochondrial drug. That's where
Okay.
that's mitochondrial health, right? And
Yeah, they were
that
just
helps with a number of
swearing
different
about
things.
the positive effects of it,
Huge
and
positive
how,
effects.
yeah, if there was one, they were saying this is the one. So I was interested. I started looking into it. Yeah,
So
you know,
it's pretty crazy that you say that because, you know, so you have 5-amino-1-MQ, which is another one. It inhibits the NMT, so it unlocks the storage cell in the body, so you can just unleash it. But Sloop 332 is very good. Some people will start taking Sloop 332 and they're like, oh, I'm not really feeling the benefit of it. Well, that does one portion. And that's what I'm saying. You pair that up with SS31, those work right together. It repairs the mitochondria and then enhances and optimizes the mitochondria with the Sloop. So super, super cool peptides as far as that goes. And I was talking with Sharice about making a mitochondria super stack that had a 5-amino-1-MQ, Sloop 332, and SS31 in it, which are awesome. I did talk about Mike too, and this might be a good one for a 50-year-old or somebody that's getting older, is Epitalon. Epitalon lengthens telomeres. So lengthening telomeres is a big thing as far as
Extending.
well, extending life is one way, but at that point, like, degenerative diseases coming into play, right? Like that could be in your DNA. So you always want to extend those telomeres, and that's something you take 2 times a year. SS31, you'd only take 2 times a year. So I mean, these are something that I would take and add these in the regimen. And it's not something you have to take every single day. It's something you take 2 times a year, and you're good. And then you can. The best thing about these things is you don't have to take all these peptides at one time, right? It's all about creating, and I hate to use the word cycle, but a regimen of these peptides, and then building blocks from there, like where are we going next type deal, and then going back to maybe some of those. So everybody's got their own different, I guess, goals and or problems or issues, and we'll personalize the regimen to that. So whatever we think is going to be the best for them, we'll put those options on the table.
I mean, you got to be busier than ever right now with the amount of attention that peptides are getting.
And also Transcend going under.
I'm getting a lot from them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of those guys, and
I said nothing.
it is what
I
it
don't know what
is.
you're talking about. I don't know who you're getting people from.
With the peptide thing, it's just crazy. I mean, we were busy as hell for peptides, but you got all these little places out there that are trying to like sell these peptides like that. I'm sure they're taking some market share, but I mean, we're just going to dominate. There's, like I said, there's more people on than ever that want these things, and constantly somebody getting to the age where they need them.
Oh, speaking of age that they may need them.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody personally, but I'm wondering there should be some people that should be like getting on them. I'm not going to say names.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a little conversation earlier about this, and my son, who's a research guy, he just dives deep into research. My situation, what I've gone through, there's this pride in me. I'm like, I just want to continue. I want to prove to the world what I can do just with nothing, Meanwhile, my nuts are shrinking up to nothing almost.
Yep.
And I'm having some effects, right? I'm seeing it while I'm still maintaining a pretty impressive life,
Right.
I'll say, but I know I could benefit from it. So I got to break through this idea of I'm doing something wrong, I'm cheating, you know what I mean? My mind is weird.
Am I the only one that's, he said,
You've lived a
just-
long life of doing what you're doing, right?
is it
But at
just
this
Mitch
point,
said that
like-
or somebody else? Oh, okay. I just
The
wondering if your
point right
friend
now is
said
to
it too.
extend life and to keep the quality of life and longevity, right? Like you're not playing a professional sport. You don't have anybody to answer to as far as that goes. And I don't care what you say about anybody. There's hardly anybody that's totally natural. Like natural means no supplementation whatsoever, right? You're not supplementing anything. Your body is naturally running. You're getting everything from food, and that's it. There's no other things that are going on in the body. That's what I call natural. It's tough for anybody to say that because somebody's taking something, whether it's creatine or it's taking this, or it's still not natural. It's not natural to supplement these things in the body unless you're
Hit a
eating,
shot.
right?
Just hit a bicep right
So-
there. Right there's a nice bicep. Let me see
I
that.
like it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Dismissed. I just wanted to show them somebody.
I love it. But yeah, Clark, I mean, honestly, I don't think you should have that mindset. I think you should have the mindset, I want to live my best life. What can I do to do this? Right? And be the healthiest I could possibly be. I want to be as optimal and as
What do
healthy
you
as
get to
possible.
say?
And that's really where that comes into play. That's what anybody should be thinking about. And thinking about anybody else out there saying, oh, well, you're taking peptides. You're not. Are you kidding me right now? Even if your testosterone was low and you want to fix that, it's not like you're doing super physiological levels of testosterone where it's like, oh my God, he's taking 2 grams. Hell no. But if your levels are within natural range, your body that's where it was, right? Like the whole thing that we do is reverse the inner time clock, the aging time clock. If somebody at 50 years old or 40 years old has low testosterone, that point, we're going to turn that clock back to when they were like 20 almost. That's when their highest levels of testosterone were, and that's it. Going over, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want super physiological levels because that puts more stress on the body, and that's where bad things or side effects can happen. But if we have you dialed in, we have all the levels with a natural optimal range, then at that point, man, I really wouldn't care what anybody thinks. And they can live their life how they want to, and I'll live my life how I want to. That's optimal and living kicking ass every single day.
Yeah. Well, when I do this, I definitely want to approach it with what everyone should do, getting the blood work done, consulting with someone who really truly understands what
Absolutely.
it looks like. To Mike's point earlier, when he was stressing that I need to do this, not jump in the deep end of the pool and like do everything all at once, so there's no room to grow with it, no room to improve along the way.
Right.
I like to be progressive.
Building blocks.
Right. Start with the most
Minimal amount.
important thing and the minimum amount. Okay, Clark, what's the most dire situation in your life right now? What do we got to do?
Yep.
So.
And that's how it is. We tell everybody that. We're like, when a first time person comes through, I never like to put a whole bunch on them. Some people want that, but I'm like, listen, better to know what's working and then go from there.
Yeah.
Distracting me here, Mike, with the biceps.
Mr. Bicep next to me.
Steak, eggs, liver, sunshine, and sea salt. That's what this one person says. I don't disagree with that. That's all great. Steak, eggs.
And if
Mona, can I get some steak, eggs, liver, sunshine, and sea salt, please?
All I do is regular salt.
Okay. Well, the ocean's right down the
Well,
road.
give us this one here. I think this is great and motivational to everybody.
I follow you, and you've helped me get through my strokes and doctors saying I'll never walk again, but starting to now walking with sticks and a walker. But what's a way to strengthen tendons and ligaments?
This is where I would definitely go with BPC 157 and TB 500. That's going to strictly go after the ligaments. Even with this, I would probably look at maybe a growth releasing hormone peptide. It would definitely help with recovery and repair in the body too as well. I mean, that's setting yourself up, with a pretty good result. If you're already walking with sticks and you need to strengthen the tendons and ligaments, that's definitely the way to go. I've got an older gentleman. He's like 75 years old. The guy got in a horrible motorcycle accident. Had to have like 5 or 6 surgeries on his legs. Broke his femur, which is one of the worst things you can do when you're older. He's not on testosterone or anything like that, so I was really worried about it at that point for him. But he's starting to recover very well right now. He's still walking with a walker, but he's made a big improvement. He was in a chair for a while, and then he was like, I got to get out of this chair. So definitely will help. Definitely will help.
Go for another question here.
Jeffy's going to pop up. Chris, so I know you guys already have a system and all that. Just my own general purposes. If people are watching this, how do they contact you? What is there like a link? They contact you and
Sure. They could call or text 727-389-3220 anytime. They can go to the website, tightmedicalcenter.com. They can order the blood work right on there. They can fill the new patient paperwork on there. They can write us on the contact page. Nationwide service for everybody out there. If you guys say Mike or Clark, you guys will get a discount too as well. So, you guys just contact us. We're here to help.
So anyone from any state can reach out to you, and they do a teleconference with someone. And
Yep. Well, what happened is when they reach out to us, one of our medical assistants will get on the phone, kind of talk to them, see what's going on, see what path they need to go on, right? If it's they might need hormones and blood work is going to be necessary. But we don't require it for anything outside of like hormones. So like if they want weight loss or peptides, they're not required to do blood work. It's always, it's always a recommendation to do blood work. There's nothing wrong with doing blood work and find out what's going on, at least having a baseline of things. Even if you're doing growth and releasing hormone peptides. I'd like to know what my IGF-1 was baseline before I start taking something and then retest and say, hey, listen, am I moving the scale here or moving the needle? So super simple, super easy to do, guys.
Here real quick. What's the phone number again?
727-389-3220.
Here, I'll put it in the comments here. 727-389.
Yep, 389-3220.
There you go. You just got it. Someone's going to call you, man. Look at that. We're doing business out here in the streets.
Awesome.
We're changing lives.
That's
That's
right.
a good one for
That's the whole
Tiffany.
thing.
Go for it.
I want to change lives, transform people, make them healthy again.
You got any feedback on this? I'll read that one to the people.
Okay. Says Mike, my right arm is much bigger than my left arm. What can I do to get my left arm bigger and equal to my right? I mean, I would say, listen, Hercules Potion one. I mean, that's gonna get a laggy body part up, but I would definitely like for me, you have to train that area more, right? So it's a bicep, tricep that you're gonna have to train. I'd put a little bit more volume on it, a little bit more weight on it if you can get that up. I mean, I'm dealing with this right now because my right shoulder, I need a total shoulder replacement on my right shoulder. So I've had some, I don't know, nerve damage or signal damage as far as that goes, and my right arm, my bicep is not as big as my left. So at that point, I've been working to try to get that up to par and be symmetrical again, like the way I was. It's tough, but it is what it is. That's what you have to do.
Clark, you got any insight on that one?
I would agree. Just doing more work on the left side. That's why I like doing dumbbells compared to a barbell for a lot of people, because you don't see the muscular imbalance. But if it's obvious and you see it, but we're going to all be asymmetrical. So if it's a giant difference, then it might be necessary to really focus on it. But again, if you're not a bodybuilder and you're not making a living off of your biceps being perfectly,
Don't say it. Don't
focus on it.
Don't say because you're not a bodybuilder that your physique and their standard of what they want is not as important as yours.
I don't think wasting extra time on getting my left bicep a half an inch bigger is worth the effort they're putting into it if they're not making a living off of that.
You can't say that.
If it's not creating any sort of imbalance
It already
functionally.
He wrote me. He's writing us saying mentally he would like to even out. His standard is Clark Bartram's standard.
I don't see that's John Tyler Overton.
I think his Mr. Olympia is just his physique being what he wants.
Disconnect that.
You can't go like that. That's not my Clark. Hey, make sure there's no nerve problems. And then just the connection with the muscle. These guys say work more. I say just work smarter.
Flexing on us again with the watch.
John's just throwing that out there.
Come on, bro.
But I'm with you, man. If anybody out here feels like their body isn't where they want to be, then do whatever you want.
Yeah, you have to be functional,
Yes.
more than symmetrical, in my opinion. So if you got a half an inch difference, that's what I'm saying. So I'm coming from a bodybuilder standpoint, but this is not about pep. Let's talk about peptides.
This is about life, kid. This is life. This ain't about peptides. This is about people living their best life. And peptides is part of that. For these people like going Hercules Potion,
Hercules
like he
Potion.
said, will stimulate the one side to maybe that you're not
I'm
connected.
telling you.
And then
I know is that
Try like they
a exclusive fact to you guys? The Hercules
Yes.
Potion.
this is a Johnny.
Okay.
It's
This is
a
I've never heard
ingredient.
that before, so this is good.
Yeah, so it's one of our biggest
today.
sellers. It's for the natural guys or professional athletes that don't want to do any banned substances, but they want
Maybe I
performance
need-
enhancement. So right off the bat, so it has 9 different ingredients: glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. Once you inject this, so you can spot inject this with an insulin needle in any muscle group in the body for instant gratification. So
Like
if it's
synthol?
huh?
Is it like synthol?
No,
It's
no, it's not an oil. It's not an oil.
Does it have the same effect? So you said directed for an instant change.
Instant gratification.
metaphorically, yes,
the
it's going to make
arginine
the one side.
And
But
the
that's all of
L-citrulline,
you.
precursor nitric oxide, light it up. Those blow those blood vessels right up, and at that point, get the blood flowing in there. Like
Got it.
your first
Put
2
that in
sets,
biceps.
you'll be able to be hard for like 4 to 6 hours in that area in the first 2 sets. Like you'll notice a big difference.
Don't say that to him.
I'm telling you.
That made me think of Bobo.
So-
I'm 63
Yeah,
years old.
I mean, so the instant gratification you get from the first shot going on forward would be the muscle pump. At that point, you'll be able to connect more with the muscle, so mind to muscle connection. And then the ornithine in it is an anti-fatigue amino acid. So you'll be able to do more work just by taking the injection.
That sounds cool.
And that's only 3. There's glutamine in it, obviously for recovery, lysine to help the immune system because we're putting stress on the immune system, NAC for liver functions. You've got proline for collagen, L-carnitine for muscle building, anabolic effect. I mean, it's a pretty stacked little thing. And like I said, it's all natural. This is only amino acids, just injectable.
See,
That's
I
the
couldn't
best
do
thing
that
about it.
because of the glutamine in cancer. So I'd have to be careful with that. So this guy right here is asking, where'd it go? He's 63 years old. Okay. He says, I'm 63,
Mhm.
retired union iron worker. That's a hard job. I need to rebuild my left shoulder muscles, tendons, and ligaments.
Yep. So I would definitely go with BBC and TB500 right off the bat, or the recovery stack with the KPV in it. I mean,
What
if
up,
you're worried
Denise?
about the shoulder, obviously you put a lot of strain on it, wear and tear on it. If you're having problems with it, that's going to be your best bet. Definitely your best bet. If you're trying to build up, like I said, if you're older, one, you want to make sure your foundation, your hormones is set. You want to make sure that's good, because if those aren't in line of where they need to be, you're going to be like fighting uphill battle too in some of the areas. After that, I would look at like a growth releasing hormone peptide, obviously, because he's older. I mean, those older guys, especially, they're going to benefit from probably the most than a younger person is, obviously, because, at that point, their body doesn't have that much in the tank left, or it's spitting fumes out. And at that point, you're going to replenish it, and it's going to make a big difference. Sleep patterns and all these different things. And that too will affect the way that they feel the next day. So there's a lot of different things that they can do, but, when I talk about Epsilon too, for some of these older people, it would be like for, circadian rhythm coming back and stuff like that, getting that back to where it needs to be. Because as you get older, sometimes people don't have the right sleep patterns anymore too. It's been affected, and they only get 4 or 5 hours. They wake up and they haven't felt like they've been refreshed.
No, keep going. Just keep going.
So they haven't felt like they've been refreshed at all. And at that point, it's because their circadian rhythm is off too as well. So that will reset that, which is another big thing. I think that, we're coming along on the age of, we're going to have pretty much everything at our fingertips to be able to live for extended years. Some of the different things I've seen in phase 3 trials right now by some of these pharmaceutical companies are going to blow people's minds. They're going to blow their minds, Clark. I'm talking about putting muscle on somebody and losing fat without doing anything. That's
Imagine
impressive.
Oh,
Titan in 15 years or 6 weeks. We'll go 6 weeks.
He's like, it's like Murphy's law.
For real.
What's that law where technology doubles and triples so that's like Titan. Every time I see him, he's excelling more and more. Question for you on administering peptides.
Yep.
Is there any benefit to doing it intermuscularly or an IV push? So say you're getting a Myers cocktail and you do a push of BPC instead of an intermuscular.
I've never seen too many places that are pushing IV, to be honest with you. I would worry about the sterility on
Glutathione.
because the preservatives, that might be in it, pushing that in. But it really doesn't make a difference. Most are sub-Q, but like if you were to do BPC or something like that and put it into the muscle, it's not going to do any damage. It's not going to hurt. It's still going to absorb. So, I mean, you could do it either or. Some people, they just can't, they don't know what subcutaneous is or what intermuscular is. And they're injecting with a little, it's just, so if it gets in the body, the absorption rate might be a little bit different. That's the only difference when we talk about IV, subcutaneous, or intermuscular injections. It's how fast it's going to absorb in the body. Obviously, with, intravenous, it's going to go right into the bloodstream. That's the most absorbency you're going to get. After that, you're going to get better absorbency with intermuscular, and then after that, subcutaneous injections. So it's going to get in the body a little bit faster, right? A little bit quicker, and you probably get a better result. I mean, so I don't see, even with HCG and stuff like that, people are like, oh, you got to do it subcutaneous. You could do it intermuscular too as well, and you're still going to get the effect from it too. So, I don't see any really big difference with it. It's really a personal preference to me.
What about into the joint? I hear people talking about going directly into the joint with BPC.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about if they're going to reach the joint though with a little insulin needle.
Yeah.
That you're going to need at least a 1 inch to a 1.5 inch. I mean, think about a cortisone shot. Usually do a cortisone shot with a 1.5 inch. Yeah. And the gauge might be a little bit thinner. You could do with a 25 but a 25 is just super thin, and you got to worry about bending and going in there. So I wouldn't recommend anybody doing that, just because if you know the anatomy, it'd be one thing. Then go ahead and go do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't know the anatomy, like you might, and it might not hurt, but you might poke bones. I mean, you're fishing in there if you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. If you
Overkill.
don't know, then go in it.
So we're saying overkill, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, you can inject it though, like in your shoulder. Like it might go in a little intermuscular, like if you do an insulin needle, because usually shoulders are pretty lean. Like I use like a subcutaneous needle for like Hercules Potion. Like that's a 1/2 inch needle, and I'll use that, and it goes plenty into my muscle right here. So, just depends what you want to do. But I would just, if you have a problem area, inject closest to the problem area. Don't directly hit the problem area with the medication.
John, are you okay? We do some rapid fire. I'd like to get a lot of these questions. Well, all right, first one's
Hell
right
yeah.
up there. Rock and roll. Go with that first one, Johnny.
First one is thoughts on MK677. Ibutamoren, MK677, and it's a great oral, one of the only oral GHRH peptides, so growth releasing hormone peptides. This is great for people that want to gain weight, they can't eat enough. This is going to be your go-to. This is something that you need to have a plan for, though, because when you take this, people don't really believe me, but when you take this, if you eat like I don't know, a 64-ounce tomahawk, you take this, 20 minutes later, you're going to want to eat 2 more. That's how it affects you. It stimulates the GREL and the hunger hormone in the body and just revs it up. The best thing I can say is if you don't have a plan or you don't want to eat a whole bunch, you're going to want to take this tonight right before bedtime. It's going to do a couple great things. It's definitely going to make you stronger. It's going to raise growth hormone levels too. So IGF-1, it should raise on this if you're getting it from the right place. And like I said, you should get the stimulation of the hunger hormone. This should make you be able to eat more, which in turn, you should be able to gain more mass. A lot of people, they can't get the calories in. This is definitely going to help you get the calories in. And that's what I would use for younger guys, older guys. This is definitely a good tool, but you got to know how to use a tool or the tool is not going to work properly and might work against you.
And Clark wants to talk about the tool for a little bit. Oh, no, we're going to skip that for Clark After Dark later tonight.
Clark After Dark.
11 o'clock tonight. Clark After Dark. Tune in here for the incredible Clark After Dark. Let's jump this next one real quick here.
All right.
Go for it.
I lost 100 pounds and still have some remnants of stubborn chest fat. How would I know if something is glandular or fat related? Possible diet. How do you know if you have gynecomastia or not? Basically, that's what it's coming down to, right? So if you have remnants of fat in your chest, there's a couple ways you can look. You can go to a practitioner that can pretty much tell you if you have gynecomastia or not if you don't know. But if you start feeling in the nipple area, and nipples are going sideways, or even when, let's say you go down like a push-up or plank position and you have like nipples pointing at you, it might be glandular. If you're having like a whole bunch of tissue on the side that won't go away in the flex, it's probably because you create tissue and it's tissue there that might not have to be removed. I would try the diet portion. Obviously, if you lost 100 pounds too, you're probably going to have some excess fat on the body, or excess skin, I should say. And at that point, like, you need to have your body, get back to where it needs to be, or give it some time to adapt. The other thing I would say is I would definitely weight train with this. If you're not weight training, hopefully you are weight trained to fill out some of the space with muscle. I see a lot of different guys do that. But that's it. I would definitely do diet and make sure that your body's coming back. GHKCU is another one that I would look at. This is a collagen-based peptide. This is great for the skin all the way around. Elasticity and to resurface and remodel it too as well. So plus it helps with hair. So this is a good one, but that's what I would do.
Take this one.
Yeah. Leave the microphone here.
Hot mic.
Diet, my friend, diet.
Diet for sure.
Yeah. And then also, we'll leave that one. Go for it.
Train after complete tear of tendon after bench 7 months later, mid-40s, will ever recover back to before injury. What is new normal in your opinion? Training after complete tear of tendon. Okay, so obviously I think this might have been your shoulder or wherever it's at. If you did it on bench, listen, you might not ever go back to completely to where you were. But at that point, what I would do is I would definitely do the BPC and TB500 stack. I would definitely stay on that and then look at maybe your growth hormone levels, maybe get on that to make sure. And then at that point, start approaching it in a more intelligent way on how you're going to lift. That might be where you might need to make the change of the new normal of what's going on. All right. It says, we were with this one. Mike, my right arm is much bigger than my left arm. What can I do to get my left arm bigger and equal to my right? So what I would do is I would definitely get Hercules Potion. That will definitely help with mind to muscle connection, and I would work that side more volume, more weight, more times. So if you're doing arms once a week, do arms twice a week. Focus on the side that you need to build up. I don't know. Hello.
That.
Oh, we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
No problems. No problems.
Jump right down below that one.
This is a good one that just popped up.
All
Let me
right.
sneak this one in.
Sneak that bad boy in.
Yeah.
Bam.
Is there a stack recommendation for peptides for 60 plus for fitness, cardio health, and general strength and ligament support? Yes. Stack recommendations, right?
Get that
So
shot.
6 years old, you want some for fitness, cardio health, and general strength and ligament support. Look at these guys. These guys are icons of this. And look, and these guys blow a lot of 20-year-olds away with their bodies and are
Couple
probably
60-year-olds.
2 to 3 times the age than the 20-year-old.
Now, let me tell you about this cover shot I did where this guy showed up an hour late. And then as he got there, he was not colored. So he had to put on Protan. And that held us up for another hour, even though all three of us showed up on time.
Clark making them wait.
Oh, shit. That was me. Oh, sorry.
Mike making him wait. Okay.
Oh, that was a fun shoot. He had my boy down at his place, his gym, and he's got that cover right there, and he's telling the whole story. Your dad, the slacky ego.
Nuh-uh.
Let me tell you about your dad, Tiger.
Oh,
The parts you won't hear about. The Godfather laying it down.
That's what he's there for, right?
You know, ultimately what I'm thinking about, what I'm hearing and assessing the questions, knowing my situation, we could all use some kind of help, right?
Absolutely.
And it's just a matter of understanding who it is that we go to,
Sure.
how we vet them out, what we should expect, because I think peptides have been given this end-all be-all type of energy, and they're not really.
No.
I mean,
you know, peptides have great effects, like even
Great
BBC and TB500. They call
That's
it
a
the Wolverine stack, right? But like, you're not going to heal like Wolverine. Let's be honest, right? You get shot, it's not going to push out the bullet. You're not going to heal.
This might be
You
a
break
clip.
bones. It's not gonna repair your bones, right? So we got to be realistic in what we tell patients, and our staff is really good at that. Providers are too. Like, you know, somebody says, well, like just like me, like I know I need a total shoulder replacement. This is not going to heal my shoulder, but it definitely gives relief. Like every morning I'll inject it and I'll get inflammation out of that shoulder and I'll have more mobility and it feels a little bit better. And am I able to lift in that day? Yes, because of that. If not, I'm really like just broken down and it hurts a lot and this is what it is. I'll work through it no matter what, but if I can get some relief, then great. And that's kind of what it is. It's helped me with some different ailments before, with shoulder areas, before I had these problems. And then all the patients we had, that's I'm a believer when I see it, feel it, touch it type deal. Like when I heard about this and we got it like 9 years ago, BPC for out of the pharmacy for use, I was like, yeah, right. And I tried, like, oh shit, this is really good stuff. And over the patients over the past 9 years and the different things that they've went through, that's our research. Like for me, like I've got it there, like all different types of things. Like this chick went down in a motorcycle accident, got a whole bunch of road rash all over her body, like all over. And the providers said, oh, you're just gonna have to wait it out. It's gonna take this long. And we literally got it down in half the time, fully recovered. So at that point, like he was like, what are you doing? What did you take? Like we were injecting BBC and TB500, or she was, and she was topically using it too as well on the wound, which was super cool. And yeah, definitely had a good result. So
yep. He started
So,
to
Clark-
freeze up a little bit.
Your point was great. Will you just enunciate your point one more time for Jeffrey and everybody out there?
So one of the things I think people should understand is that peptides aren't the end all be all, but we could all use some sort of help. And we need to be able to vet out the people that we're seeking that help from and make sure that they're giving us a realistic expectation of what the results could be.
I agree with that. And I think there's a second fold for me. When you came in and saw me squatting, it was shortly after my trip. I just flew back last night and straight to the gym this morning and to get a workout in. And I chose squats because it's the hardest lift. I chose to go heavier because of my emotions. And the reason why I say that is Clark's point of like peptides, they're incredible. They're freaking incredible. Nobody's going to argue that. I don't think anybody can argue that. I think they're amazing.
Right.
But they go with, again, trying to eat right, trying to train as well, trying to do the other stuff. And we're getting so advanced now, some of the grit is getting lost. And what I mean by grit is Moxie is great. And for a lot of you out there, but you 10%ers, keep training. You know, Moxie is a miracle thing. And I don't know what the future is going to bring for us, but it is amazing how if you use, the peptides and if you are in a deficit with your T levels, how much better you can be without exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But stay with the grit of trying to eat right, trying to get your workouts, and don't give up on the other stuff that makes you build confidence and just a different level of a person instead of just putting everything in the basket and go, I'm fine. I'm just doing all this.
Yeah, I definitely, how I feel about this. I think the meds are just tools. You need the 4 essentials. You need to exercise or activity. You have to have a good nutritional diet. You need to sleep. You need to drink water. 4 pillars. Those are the first and foundation over everything. Because if you're not feeding yourself the best fuel, your body's not going to run the best lap it possibly can. I mean, there's things like this. If you're not sleeping the way you should, your body's not recovering the way it should. If you're not drinking water, your body's 70% of water. It's not going to perform like it should or be optimal. So, it is what it is. And activity, obviously, keeping us strong, especially as we get older, keeping the muscle mass on us, flexibility. Like these are major things that people don't really think about. And usually, even if they do get on one of these weight loss GLPs, yeah, they might lose a whole bunch of weight. But if they didn't do no exercise, they might have lost muscle mass. And at that point, they look like a skinny fat person still. And if they get off of it, that's where they get the yo-yo effect and they gain the weight right back because they haven't changed anything. It's just like anybody else in tools. If I'm a great architect and you're not, and I have all the best architectural tools and so do you, I'm probably going to do a way better structure of building than you're ever even going to think of. It's because I'm using the tools like I should be and not just I have the tools. I have the best tools. Yeah, these tools are the best. Great. What are you going to do with them? That's where it really comes into play and how people need to think about this. Like, there's going to be great things out there that are going to change the game, expedite results. But what are you really doing to change yourself? Because that's where the change really starts. It does. So, that's where people need to start working on themselves. Even if they're not good at those things, when they have like a GLP per se, it's going to cut the appetite. That means you pick better portions of food. That means you pick better sources of food. And at that point, you will get into that routine and you'll stay on that routine. Usually it takes 14 to 21 days of somebody doing something very consistently to make it a routine. So at that point, it shouldn't take too long to do, but you have to be consistent with it.
So
we got Clark. Oh, sorry, baby.
Yeah.
We got Clark's whole team here, and so we're going to finish out this last one with from you guys. One more question for Big Johnny here.
We got one statement here. Someone copied Mona's chicken cutlet recipe, but the question that I got was a good one, and I think it's probably one that you hear most often, John. The guy says peptides or TRT. Which one?
Okay.
Oh,
So it really depends on your situation. If you blood test and you're clinically deficient in testosterone, I'm going to say that's the foundation. Hormones are going to run it. If you're good on your testosterone, hormones look great, then peptides are going to be the way to go. I mean, and then what are you trying to do peptide wise? Like, because everybody asks, well, what peptide should I start out with? I don't know. What are you trying to do? What are we trying to accomplish? Because different peptides, different things are going to do and different results you're going to get. So there's some general ones I would say across the board. But at that point, like I said, like it all depends on what the person's really trying to do.
There you go, bud. There's
I
your
think-
answer from the man. You need to. So here's what I'd recommend in my chat here. Just if you have questions that we weren't able to answer here, just reach out to Titan Medical. Call
Yeah.
one of their specialists. They'll get on the phone with you. They'll answer all your questions. No pressure, no BS.
Yeah.
Education first. And I know the guy. I've met the guy.
Yes.
He's a good guy, and he's in it for the right reasons.
Thank you.
So if you're seriously questioning it, please do me a favor. Don't listen to your buddies in the gym. Don't listen to a lot of the people you see scrolling on social media. You need to go to an established place that has a track record of helping people not just get jacked, but be healthy, be functional, be on a level that you aren't on naturally, right? So I'm just put myself on blast.
Appreciate it.
you did a few times today. I'm glad you
Real
came
talk,
up today.
real talk.
I'm glad you came up today.
Yeah, man. So the
Yeah.
number, I'll put it in the chat again. It was 727.
389-3220.
There you go.
Are you doing MAD? Because you just remembered that.
Yeah, I'm not doing, I do
You're not doing
creatine
anything.
inconsistently. That's all I do. I'm the natty daddy.
Natty daddy.
Clark After Dark, the natty daddy.
I mean, even glutathione, that's natural produced in the liver. It just depletes when bad things happen to us, whether we're sick or smoke, drink, or any bad habits. I mean, that's one thing that will definitely affect the liver, oxidative stress. I mean, immune system. It's a really good one. I mean, glutathione is something I would tell everybody if they can take it, then take it. I've only talked to like one or two people that cannot take it, and I don't even know why.
So this is a good question to end on here, probably based upon what I heard
It's
earlier.
just right here.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Is this the Transcend Clinic?
No, this is the Titan
No.
Medical Center Clinic.
There you go. I just remember what you said earlier. So
I
that's
guess, I heard, there's a website that somebody sent me that said what happened to that company. And it has all the court cases, it has all the information, all the patients in one place. Because what happened essentially was they got cut off. The patients, they get no correspondence. They couldn't get refills on their meds. I mean, this is affecting somebody. Like when you talk about, hormones in general, but just there, right? That can truly mess with a person in so many different ways, from their attitude to depression. I mean, there's a lot of different negative effects that would happen with somebody that, and it specifically just crashes. They go from optimal, let's say 900 down to 98 because they ain't got nothing to put in the tank and the body ain't producing anything because it had something given it to them. So, at that point, like there's some problems there for sure. These guys are going to face because of this, and I don't know what's what. I just know that the patients that are coming over are super happy. They're super happy. One, the pricing and then the service. Here you're not going to get some salesperson. I have no salespeople here. It's all medical assistants. So whatever is recommended, even the providers, they don't even know price of medications like that. They're there to make the recommendation of what the best possible regimen is going to be for you. And that might be $200. That might be $1,000, but it's not going to be $10,000 or anything ridiculous like that. That I don't even know how the average person could afford that.
Johnny, thanks, man. Sorry about running over.
Dude, I'll spend all day with you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And Clark, great to see you. And congratulations on, on what's going on. And I think, if you, whatever you need, bro, I'm here for you.
right on, brother. I appreciate it, man. We've got a lot of questions. So I'll continue to send people your way as they
Thank you.
DM me today. I'm sure I'll get some questions.
I appreciate it,
Thanks,
guys.
Johnny.
Thank you guys
Good
so much,
seeing
man.
you,
Hope you have
man.
a. Oh, hey, wait.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't know, Michael Hearn's birthday was yesterday. So you guys better wish him a happy belated if you didn't wish him happy birthday. We love you, bro. Killing it.
Bro.
You guys are
Thank
both
you.
killing it. You guys are both like, it's like, You guys are the poster boys. You and Billy Gunn. He's in there too as well of the anti-aging thing of looking how you can look at your age.
You don't need to
Huh?
pull. It's just me and him. Billy shouldn't be in this.
But
He can't hang with us.
No, I can't.
Billy
He's
can't.
big and strong,
You're
but he
just
don't
being
look
nice
like
to him
this.
now because Billy Gunn is now with Titan Medical.
right.
He's
right.
there. So you're just
So-
trying to be nice to him. You don't need to be.
No.
Billy, he can't hang with us on a workout.
Wait till he hears this. He's gonna be coming. He told me, he goes, next time, because he told me, he goes, I don't want to run out of my Titan transformation stack. I gotta beat Mike out next time I go there. I said, okay. Well, we're gonna keep you,
He's
make sure
coming.
you're good.
I know you're coming. March, it's on. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I love this.
Oh, was that
Great
it?
for-
Rotation.
Oh.
That. So yeah, Mike, you go that way, Clyde, you go that way. And let's see what you boys got.
Hey, come on, move with me.
So
God
I thought we were
dang,
three, two,
geez.
one.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna feel Mike's presence.
Yeah, I don't know. What's it?
On one. 3, 2, 1.
Guys, thanks for hanging out today. Look, oh, now you pose it. Now you had a good shot there. Oh, I know why. Because I took my arm away. Look at that.
Are you supposed to be able to sit down and see abs? What?
There's no way that's just create.
That's just creatine right there.
Monday, Thursday.
Creatine with a test level of 102.
Yep. Free test of 0.
So I will,
Machine.
mostly because today I think we hit a couple good ones. In our friendship, I rarely,
Tell me how much you appreciate it.
I definitely never do that. But just, I think on this one thing, waiting to make it a business deal is not.
Yeah, you're
I'm with
right.
Mitch.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm with Mitch. Let's Clark up.
Yeah.
Let's get this
Yeah.
get this nasty.
Yeah.
Guys, any last questions for this guy?
Anything?
And thanks for hanging out with us today,
This
guys.
is kind of a big question.
Go for it. You do it.
How are all these kids able to press whole stacks, but they're not developed? What's going on?
Oh, this is
Right.
a finisher to what we talked about earlier. You have to be able to connect with the movement that you're doing, and it's like old school Russian. Also, training talks about explosion. It talks about connection. It talks about reversing out of explosion movements and how fast you move out of something. There's so many factors of this, but one of the main basic factors of all of weightlifting is connecting. And a 600-pound squat does not mean you have giant legs. You go through the gyms enough. You go to enough powerlifting meets. Go to bodybuilding shows because you can see guys that have great legs that only squat 225. You go to powerlifting meets, you guys see 600-700-pound squats and guys that don't look like they can move anything. It's connection, and that goes back to the great how this guy grew up just isometrics, just little machines, but connecting to the muscle. And so it's not that you do it, it's how you do it. And that will be forever a thing. And I wish one thing outside of everything else is look at that. Ready for this, guys? Oof. Welcome to Florida.
Yeah. Flex.
And it didn't matter where you went. Look at that. Shit. Yeah.
Clark After Dark.
Clark After Dark. Who
Mike
started
at
that?
night.
Main thing, guys, connect to that muscle, move through it with purpose. And it's not about moving it, it's how you move it at the end of the day. Also, to anybody that's gone through the trenches and come out the other side, talk about not so much your method that worked when you're 20s and 30s, but maybe what kind of things you could have changed a little bit so in your 50s and 60s and 70s, you could still be somewhat healthy like that cat. I think the world should ask those guys a little bit more of that stuff. Because I think this, again, is about the whole term of your life, not just your peak years. All right. Peace out, my crazies.